Oh man, what's today? Today is Monday, February.
It's not Monday.
It's not Monday. Okay, it's
Nah,
what's today? Friday?
nah, bro. See, this is exactly why you old niggas should not be getting back in the ring, bro.
Okay, all right.
This
Well,
is exactly
what
why,
is it?
bro.
What is it? What is it? Tuesday, February what is it? February 26th?
Bro, you giving Oliver McCall, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holy, you giving them niggas a bad rap right now, bro. This is
Anyway,
exactly why we don't want to see y'all motherfuckers in the ring. Don't even know what day it is. What
anyway,
year is it? What year is it, old head?
2020. I had to look at my driver's license. Anyway, as y'all know, this is Three King Boxing. I am your lieutenant, and I'm here today joined with my man, the HNIC. And listen, old timers, hey, we making a comeback, but there might be a couple things to consider, as y'all can clearly see, man. Let's go on and kick this off, man. What's going on, Prod?
Man, y'all ain't making no goddamn comeback, man. Y'all old niggas need to sit your ass down, take your fucking one-a-day vitamin, nigga, some ginseng, some Geritol, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of the razor bumps on your goddamn necks. Clean your belly buttons, nigga. Get the hair out your nose, all of that. Sit your ass down somewhere, bro.
Hey, I ain't got no razor bumps on my neck. They're on the cheekbone. They're on the cheekbone, baby. They're not on the neck no more.
Yeah.
They're on the cheekbone. Hey, y'all. Hey, man, don't let that man do that to y'all. He hating. We are making a comeback. Believe me. And guess what? We making a comeback with physical problems. Like, we making a comeback with beards. We making a comeback with one eye. We even made a comeback with no teeth. We don't give a shit. Fuck my dentures. I don't need my dentures, goddammit. All the money I made in boxing, who gives a fuck?
My man Oliver McCall had no teethies, nigga. Not teeth. He didn't have no teethies. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was gone, B. The whole part of row was gone.
Man.
Come on, man. He don't need a mouth guard, dog.
Yeah.
He get back in the ring and he's still active. The nigga fought in 2019, May 2019. I don't think there's no way he wore a mouth guard, Bo. Nope. How? This nigga ain't got no teeth.
He got nothing to fuck up. He good.
But what is it? Your teeth help hold the motherfucker up. When you put a mouth guard in your mouth, bro, your fucking teeth help hold them up, dog. He ain't got no fucking teeth.
Oh man. So, with that being said, of course, go to threekingboxing.com for the latest greatest what's going on in the sport of boxing. Click on the Oliver McCall article and vote. Please vote. And listen, let me just say this. We have people that have a creative mind. Everybody in Three Kings Boxing has a creative mind. But there's no nigga like the HNIC. That nigga right there. Go to the poll and look at the voting. The option for no is funny than a motherfucker.
Oh, that Chris Tucker? Yeah.
You gotta look at like, are y'all niggas serious? They got him looking like, are y'all motherfuckers like for real right about now?
Oh yeah.
So man, let's go ahead on and kick it off, man. Oliver McCall is the fifth in the face. That's how you talk when you ain't got no teeth in your mouth.
That nigga said, I'm in the feet. Yo, I'm sorry, man. Listen, y'all gonna get mad, bro. This is what we do, man. Listen, let me say this, man. When I used to host the show, I used to tell you guys, we like to make people laugh. What the fuck we do, man? It's all entertainment. It's definitely educational. We're gonna educate your ass on boxing on all 17 divisions. If that show is basically talking about that. But at the end of the day, man, we like to make people laugh. It's all fucking entertainment. So if you got a problem, man, get the fuck out right now. We gonna get it. We about to get these dudes, man.
We got to get these old dudes, man. But Oliver McCall, dog, not Evander Holyfield, And I'm sorry, man. I got the clown on Evander. Tyson's comeback video, sweet. That nigga actually looked like, dog, he's still ready to go.
Yeah.
Evander looked like a nigga, man, that got out of bed, knees was hurting, you know, trying to move around. Hey, listen, Evander, I saw Evander, dog, and I got up and I went to move. I said, no, let me sit my ass back down.
It reminded you.
Because if I'm fucking around and move like that, I'm gonna be mad at my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that shit reminded you of who you really are and how old you really are, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga, I'm sorry, bro. That nigga's video, he was, oh no, bro. He was hitting the pads, bro. And the fucking trainer, this nigga threw a hook. That shit was slower than one of my little girl's hooks, man. And this nigga threw that shit half a mile an hour. This nigga Vander Holyfield ducked it. Woof, ducked it, right? Then he came back. The nigga came back with a jab and a straight right hand combination. Took that nigga 2 hours to pull that combination off. It took that nigga 2 hours, Bo, to do the straight right, the straight left, and the right hand, nigga. 2 hours. Bruh, retire.
Dude, you know, when I saw that Evander Holyfield video, I said, oh, this is why he wants to fight Riddick Bowe. Because Riddick Bowe was 300 pounds. We saw the nigga in Vegas. Yeah. Nigga 300 pounds. Didn't he recognize? People was around. He was like, who the fuck is that? They was like, somebody, I think somebody asked us who was that. We like, who the fuck is that?
Hey, look, Alexander Weaver, you ain't got to go look for it, man. Go to facebook.com/3kingsboxing, man. We got the video up on our page on Facebook, dog. It's right there. You ain't got to look for it. But yeah, man, man, that nigga was slow as shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, come on, Vander. I mean, look, man, it took that nigga forever to get out of boxing to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when fights were fucking being announced. Vander Holyfield versus Nikolai Valuev. I'm like, oh, fuck, this nigga still fighting. He's still fighting, bro. Come on, man. I don't want to go through that shit again, dog. For real.
Evander Holyfield workout video, man. I'm looking at that, and if I'm Mike Tyson, I'm like, yeah, Evander, hell yeah, I want that trilogy. Now, Tyson, you know, we listen, we all know Mike Tyson always to me had an amateurish type of style. After 5 rounds, the nigga didn't have no juice in him. You know what I'm saying? But dog, that video clip of Tyson, like I said, that was motive. I saw Tyson shit. That's motivation. Man, I saw Evander shit, man. Shit make me want to get the Geritol with the East, you know what I'm saying? The Geritol with the Zing Zing and
man, nigga, you went straight to the laundry room and picked up a fucking bottle of Icy Hot after watching Evander Holyfield. Like, goddamn, nigga, just watching nigga hurt your joints. Yo, man, hurt your joints, your muscles and shit. Just watching them, bro. Oh, man, that was bad, bro. Like, Mike Tyson looked good. He did, you know, he's still, you know, get fucked up, you know what I'm saying, by any of the top heavyweights. But he looked good though, man, for his age. But Vander Holyfield, not so much at all. You know what I'm saying? But
man, that was funny, man. But Oliver McCall though, he out here, and I guess he wanted to get on the action, right? So Oliver McCall, and again, go to 3kingsboxing.com. Come to Mike Tyson. He said that I don't think Tyson want to fight me. Get in there with me. Right now. Mike Tyson, now. You talking about wanting to come back, but I don't think you want Oliver McCall. You know?
Right.
I've been down there with Holyfield a couple times and was able to talk with him and Big Riddick Bowe. I was able to help him Riddick Bowe a little bit, get himself in shape, because you know they were seeing me sparring around there at the gym, Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, and they were like, Oliver McCall, you still got it.
Right,
you know?
right.
Now, I did ask Holyfield, I was like, man, y'all should go ahead. Holyfield looked at me like, man, I ain't going to be boxing. But now I guess he changed his mind. Sometimes money will change your mind. So that's how Oliver, you know, that's how a nigga with no teeth sound when they be trying to talk.
Yeah, man, them niggas, man. Yeah.
What do you think, man? Listen, man, are these old motherfuckers? Man? Are they doing too much, man?
Yeah, yo, they're doing too much, man. They doing too much, dog. Like, at the end of the day, Oliver McCall is 55 years old. He shouldn't even be active right now. He fought some Italian cat or some shit, some Italian journeyman back in May of last year. You know what I'm saying? That fight should have never even took place. You feel me? But 55 years old, no motherfucking teeth. You know what I'm saying? You got another nigga, he looked good on the pass, but the nigga got a full Santa Claus beard right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson has no black in his beard. Nigga, it's full white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right? I mean, not like Jean-Marc Mormac, bro. You know, he was dyeing his shit. He was dyeing his shit blonde. Mike Tyson's beard is like that because of fucking age, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got another nigga, man. This nigga probably takes 30 minutes just to get one leg out the bed, bro. Let alone his whole goddamn body every fucking morning, man. The nigga wake up, soon as he move, everything start popping. Pop, pop, pop. Legs, arms, shoulders, chest. Pop, pop, pop. Neck. Pop, pop, pop. Why do I know this? Because you saw when the nigga was trying to throw punches on the pad. Took the nigga 27 hours, nigga, to do a straight fucking right hand. You know what I'm saying? You got two other niggas, man. They talk like they just newborn babies, nigga. James Toney, Riddick Bowe. Hey, Riddick Bowe, man. Hey, man. How you like the young talent out the heavyweight division, man? Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. All right, Bo, appreciate it, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then James Toney do the same shit.
Yeah, he do.
Bro, James Toney do it real fast. Like, James, man, I heard you was gonna make a comeback, man. You getting ready to fight Lucas Brown, man. What's really good? Fucking Lucas Brown, man. I didn't know that motherfucker. I didn't know that motherfucker. Lucas Brown, man. James Toney, show the world that motherfucker, man. What about heavyweight division? Nobody beat me. Not being heavy. Come on, bro.
Oh, God damn.
They're not ready, dog. They can't do it, bro. Stop it. It's over with. Honestly, bro, Lennox Lewis probably looks the best in terms of physical. You know, how they look, you know, out there in the world, walking the streets. Lennox Lewis probably looks the most fit. He looks the best. But at the end of the day, bro, even he's kind of fucking up a little bit. Look at him on the PBC podcast, man. Or look at him on, you know, whenever there's fights on Showtime and shit, he's commentating. The nigga can't string together his own thought. This is the last undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. This motherfucker.
Like how you painted that picture. This is
the last undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, and this motherfucker uses the thought processes of everybody around him to be able to come up with his own conclusion about how a fight is playing out. Yo, man, dog, man, man, Tyson Fury is throwing the hell out that jab, man. You know what I'm saying? Every time he throws that jab, he kind of dips a little bit to his right, you know, to get out of range of that Deontay Wilder right hand, man. It's beautiful. Man, what do you think, Lennox Lewis? Yeah, man, like you said, he dips to the right to throw that jab every time to get out of range of Deontay Wilder's right hand. It's beautiful. Lennox, I just said that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's Lennox Lewis. I just said that shit.
But it was looping when you said it. It's straighter now. It was looping. Yeah, I remember he did that to Joe Goose, and I was dying.
Bro, he does it all the time, fam. He does not have his own thought processes, man. It's like he has zero ability to break down a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's from fighting, man. That's where it came from, man. Lennox Lewis took damage in his career, bro.
Yeah, he did.
You know? Especially when he was younger, Lennox Lewis. He took damage in his fucking career. So don't think that his brain ain't shot neither, man. You know, I'll never forget, man, one of our old affiliates, she had got somebody to do a video shout out of her from Lennox Lewis. Fucking Lennox Lewis. This nigga he said her name. He said, hi. And then the nigga start pounding on his head. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, why is this nigga punching himself on the top of the head, B? Like, he just started doing it. All it was a video shout out like, hey, how you doing? I'm Lennox Lewis, you know, blah, 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 yada, yada. This nigga said, I'm gonna say an arbitrary name. This nigga said, "Hi, Sarah," and then start punching the top of his fucking head. And I'm looking at this, and she was like, she wanted to be like, man, this is cool because it's Lennox Lewis. But at the end of the day, the video was so fucking weird that she couldn't even say that. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at this shit like, man, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
Yeah, right. She showed it to us. Like, what the? Like, dog, did you see what I saw?
Nigga, we didn't know what to say. We didn't know what to say. Congratulations or what the fuck was that? We didn't know, bro. We were stuck. Niggas just start punching himself in the head, bitch. This nigga's weird. So don't think his brain's not shot neither, man. Even though just because he looks the best and he sounds like he's still, like he's still around. Internally, he might not be all the way there either, man. So at the end of the day, listen, I think boxing fans would like to see this. Like, I got a poll out there on 3kingsboxing.com, also on the Facebook page. But I've seen more interaction on the post that I've shared, and the majority of people are saying they will watch this shit. They will watch a old head tournament featuring those names that we just mentioned, and add Shannon Briggs to that shit too. They said they will watch a fucking old head tournament, dog. A majority are saying they watch this shit. Now, that's what I'm saying on the other show. I said, dog, it could be good for boxing because a lot of motherfuckers could return to the sport as viewers. A lot of old heads might be like, you know what? That was my time. You know what I'm saying? Youngsters, I'm gonna go back and watch this shit. I'm telling you, bro, that shit can happen. But the problem is the health. And a lot of people are saying, you know what? It shouldn't go no more than 3 rounds. A 3-round tournament. I'm sorry, a tournament with each fight is 3 rounds. And then every fighter got to wear headgear. That's what a lot of people are saying. You know, I'm saying it'd probably be 3 to 5 rounds. Headgear, a lot of people don't understand that headgear makes shit worse. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're actually talking about taking the headgear out of the amateurs, right? Because it actually makes the shit worse. Kind of like a football helmet. The more padding that they got on that helmet, the worse it is. The more liable you are to have concussions and shit. So the headgear is actually worse. I say no headgear, just fucking 3 to 5 rounds, and that's that. You see what I'm saying? But if they got to do it, bro, which it looks like they're going to do it, man, but there's going to be a lot of motherfuckers that are going to watch this, man. There's a lot of money that can be made here, bro. Real talk.
You know what's funny is, and let me just say something right here, because they talking about old heads making a comeback. Y'all know what I'm saying? I remember my old days when I was by yeah. Walk it off.
You're doing that right now.
That's that Layla Ali shit, right?
Exactly.
Listen,
man.
You know what's crazy about it is, and I think it's that nostalgia moment. And I think the way, to me, this is a testament of how, I guess you can say, how far boxing is kind of fallen when it comes to the ability to engage fans in a way to where, like, when I was coming up, I didn't want to see an old Sugar, like, you couldn't, when Muhammad Ali fought Larry Holmes, I didn't want to see that.
Right.
I didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I like Muhammad Ali, and I can tell you now, there was a lot of people quite uncomfortable with that. Because I remember when he came back to fight George Foreman, they were like, Ali, man, you should go. And when he beat Foreman, they was telling him then, man, you should go. Same thing when him and Frazier fought for that 3rd fight. They was really in Frazier's ear.
Nigga, I didn't want to see Muhammad Ali, Holmes, Ken Norton, fucking Spinks. I didn't want to see none of those fights, man, that he actually fought. You know, watching him lose to Leon Spinks was sad, bro.
Yes,
you
it
know
was.
And I was like, all right, man, it's time to go. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
That's funny side, dog. Yeah, because at that time he only had what 9 fights, right?
Yeah, Leon Spinks he wasn't that good of a fighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he was. I think he had on single-digit wins. I believe you're right, and he knocked him out. That was bad, bro. That was bad.
So when I was coming up, you didn't want to see, like, I remember when after Sugar Ray Leonard paid the judges, paid the promoters to give him a decision against the greatest middleweight of all time, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. After Sugar Ray, did all of that, we was talking the same thing. Then he started letting cats like Hector Macho Camacho and Terry Norris blast his ass. Like, come on, Sugar Ray. Like we was uncomfortable with seeing it because we knew, listen, the sport is past you, right? So for the fact that more people are interested in seeing these older cats, that just tells me we've reached a point in boxing to where either we not giving, because nobody's thinking about, I guarantee these motherfuckers voting, they're not thinking about these niggas getting hurt. They're not thinking about that, man. They're not thinking about maybe somebody, and Lord forbid it happens, but maybe somebody's suffering some type of injury or some type of, you know, life-changing event while trying to train for this. Nobody's thinking about that. They just, you know, they just want to see, hey man, these are guys that my family used to talk about. I want to see them fight. Now, am I interested in it if it can be done safely? Yes, I am. But do I really want to see an old Tyson? And you know, just remind me, remember they had that Julius Erving versus Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Remember that shit? Oh, it was fucking pathetic. This reminds me of the old, when All-Star Weekend they would have the old timers game. That shit was hard to watch.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and tell cats they can't make no money, man. But at the end of the day, it's not something that I particularly would watch. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm not trying to see a nigga shaking in the ring and shit, bro, at the end of the fight. I'm just saying, man. I mean, you bringing them niggas back, you might as well go find Meldrick Taylor somewhere, nigga. You know, Meldrick Taylor, motherfucking Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. rematch, man. Yeah, I saw, you know, Chavez Sr. was at the Jaime Munguia Spike O'Sullivan fight, man, sitting right next to me, bro. He still look good. You know what I'm saying? So bring them niggas back. Hey, maybe have rematch, bro. You know, Evander Holyfield talk like that too, by the way, man. That nigga, I'm just saying, bro. You got 3 niggas that speak illegibly, nigga. Nobody knows what the fuck they saying. They gotta write their shit down, bro. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get just a simple question, bro. They gotta write the shit down. Hey, man, Evander, man, what you want to eat? A hubba. What? Fuck it, nigga. Just write it, nigga. Fuck it, nigga. Just write it, bro. I don't know. Fuck. ain't no need for me to say what, nigga. Just fuck it. Write it down. Just hand the nigga a pencil and a pad, bro. When you need to speak to him, man. You got 3 cats out of the names I just mentioned that talk like that, dog. Nah, man. I don't think it's worth it, bro. But at the end of the day, on the business side, I can see why they could do it, and I can see how a lot of money can get made, man.
I see it, but it's just like, I don't know. It makes me wonder, are we lacking something in boxing for this to be something that everybody's interested in seeing? Because I'm going to say it again. In my day, you didn't have this. Now, I'm all for them making money. I truly am, because boxing is a sport that will use you to fuck up and kick you the fuck out. No remorse.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, boxing uses you up more than a motherfucking and some of y'all, you know, some of my ladies out there, y'all might get mad, all right? But boxing will use you up more, okay, than a bitch that's trying to get her sugar daddy. They will use.
Ain't no reason for them to get mad. A lot of them be doing that shit right now. Currently. Ain't no reason for them to get mad. Them motherfuckers doing it currently.
And kick you out. So if they got an opportunity to make some money, I'm all for it. I just want it to be done safely. But the fact that you're telling me the majority of everybody that vote, and the high majority too, I think it's what, almost 70% of the people that voted is voting to watch this.
Yeah, dog.
I'm like, damn, man, are we not doing enough currently in the fucking sport?
Well, I guess that's one of the topics, ain't it? let me get my man Virtuoso put $2 on. He said Oliver McCall is challenging Mike to a crime match. The motherfucker's gonna see how long the nigga could cry, bro.
You wrong, dog.
That's fucked up, Virtuoso. He said it. I just followed up.
My man Jay, we in these motherfucking streets. What's up, family?
My man.
Jay is always in here, man. I got to give it to him. We got Lawrence Williams. Oh, Lawrence Williams here early too. What's good? What's up, Guru?
Yeah, look. Now look, the Guru. Jordan ass ain't here. So when he get in here, you get his ass like he got you yesterday, bro. There you go.
My man. We got Miss Boxing. She says salute.
Salute. What's good?
I'm trying to Cheetah Head said something that was funny as fuck. He said, "Oh, Jarrell, Three Kings boxing." He said Evander looked like he hit the gym after getting some pussy.
Yeah.
That is how old. I mean, this is what I've heard, but that is how old niggas move after getting some. I've heard
that motherfucker was drained, bro. That motherfucker was drained, bro. I'm telling you, man. Looked like his arms was made of cement. That nigga could not get them shots up, bro. I'm looking at that shit, bro. I'm like, yo, nigga, bro. I'm looking at that shit. I'm like, man, Adam Kalnaki might knock this nigga the fuck out, bro. Nigga, Robert Hell Anus might beat this nigga, bro.
Oh my god, nigga. Cheetah Head said Holyfield looked like he was throwing punches underwater.
Right. Hey man, but look, man, I'm gonna say something though, man. We clowning the shit out these dudes, but I'm gonna say something, man. Shout out to them for one reason, dog. One big reason. They don't believe that they can't do something.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? As much as we clowning, there's probably a hell of a lot more people clowning that they can see. You know what I'm saying? A hell of a lot more people clowning that they can see. And that shit doesn't deter them from doing what they're trying to do, man. At the end of the day, all of them. Evander Holyfield got his, it took him about 45 minutes to get out the bed, but when that nigga got the fuck up, he went straight to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And then he produced a video for you so you could see him. Even though that nigga's slow as shit, right? He produced a video so you could see him. So you gotta respect him in that magnitude, dog. Like, hey man, these cats still think that they could do something. I gotta give them their respect for that, bro.
Oh, most definitely. Listen. We clown and we talk crap and all of that, right? But at the end of the day, if you guys been following this channel, or if you're new to this channel, stick around because we will always give you facts. But you know, like my man always says, you know, that no turtleneck is real. You know, we ain't the type of dudes to be walking around talking about something. So in today's boxing news, 2 African American world champions. No, 2 niggas was trying to go out. That's what we do around here. Mama Denise says, "Sorry, I'm late. It's all good, Mama Denise."
Hey, but she can't be in these streets though, man. Nah, man. You since you late, Mama Denise, you in the house today.
You bogus, man. You so bogus, man. All right, man. Let's move on to the next topic. I really don't even know where to start with this, but let's kick it off, man. Floyd Mayweather. Now, Floyd Mayweather is up here saying to these young fighters out here, he's like, hey, man, stop chasing Manny Pacquiao and fight each other. Again, 3kingsboxing.com. Ladies and greats, was going to sport of boxing. Now, although Floyd has a point, I think there's one particular thing that Floyd is missing. So let me read to you what Floyd said, because I do agree with him in that aspect, because Floyd is a dude that did just that. Right? You know, except for, you know, I mean, there's certain guys he didn't get to. There's certain guys that purposely didn't look to fight Floyd. I said that for you as well, but anyway.
Yeah, right. Right. Keep going. You can keep going down that list. You're right.
Person see my head up. But he said that's his prerogative to do what he wants to do. I hope it helps him, but not to me. I feel like I can go out there and perform and win titles and still put on a good show. But it's a time and a place for all of these other fighters to come up and shine. I had my time to shine. I was in the sport. I'm still in the sport, basically. So I've been in 24 years. I was basically champion for 20 years. So like I said, I had my time to shine. I want to see all those guys out there and shine. I want to see all those fighters do good. And a lot of times when I'm on here, I say certain things. Once again, I don't want no one to get offended. I just speak from the heart. And it's sad that you hear guys, oh, I want to fight Pacquiao. I want to fight Manny Pacquiao. But ain't Manny Pacquiao like 41 now? Don't chase him. These young fighters chase each other. Stop chasing this old man. If the opportunity presents itself, do what you got to do. But let Manny Pacquiao pick and choose who he wants to fight. They say the great ones fight the great ones.
Pacquiao is great. The fuck is he talking about? See, again, man. What do I always say, man?
You niggas need PR people.
Exactly. Floyd, just have somebody talk for you, nigga. Unless you're talking about your fighters, because he has somebody running his Instagram, has somebody running his Twitter. Somebody needs to run his mouth for him as well, bro, when he's talking other shit. You're not making absolutely no fucking sense. The only part that I get is the fact that he's saying these young fighters shouldn't go after Manny Pacquiao, because he's basically saying, and this is why I said, is he trying to protect Manny Pacquiao, right? Is Floyd Mayweather out here really thinking about Manny Pacquiao's, his well-being and shit? Does he have his well-being at heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's saying these young heads shouldn't go after Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao doesn't understand that he's too old to contend with an Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, right? He fuck around and get beat the fuck up really badly in those fights. That's Floyd Mayweather's thought process, because he feels that he can no longer contend with those young guys. Now, a lot of niggas gonna get mad, but here's the problem. Floyd Mayweather said that himself. All right, go to 3kingsboxing.com, the article where Floyd Mayweather said there's no amount of money that'll get me back in the ring. In that same article, he has his own quote where he states, I'm not getting back in the ring fighting these young niggas and fucking my body up. That's exactly what he said. So, you know what I'm saying? So he feels that he shouldn't be doing it, even though I think he's 2 or 3 years older than Pacquiao. He feels that he shouldn't be doing it. So he's projecting how he feels about himself onto Manny Pacquiao when he looks at Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Look, Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao is actually in negotiations right the fuck now that happened in Saudi Arabia. You see what I'm saying? They are negotiating right the fuck now. All right? I'm sure Floyd knows that. If we knew it, maybe Floyd knows it, maybe he doesn't. But at the end of the day, he's just projecting what he thinks about himself onto Manny Pacquiao. The problem is this. Manny Pacquiao is a fucking champion, man. Manny Pacquiao holds a belt. He holds a major belt. He's the WBA super champion, dog.
Sure is.
Now, also, another thing is Manny Pacquiao is his own person. He don't need Floyd Mayweather to come to his motherfucking aid to tell him where and what he needs to do because he's 41 years old. Furthermore, as long as he's holding the belt, them young fighters need to go get that bag, dog. They need to get that bag and they need to get that trinket. If Manny Pacquiao needs not to be chased by younger champions, then drop the belt. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Drop the fucking belt. Now the younger champions will still chase him, but nobody's gonna trip if Manny Pacquiao dropped the belt, fought 2 more fights, maybe, Brandon Rios again and somebody else, I don't know, right? And then fucking retire. Nobody's gonna trip. Because Manny Pacquiao did something a lot of people didn't expect him to do, and that was beat a young, I ain't gonna say hungry, but undefeated champion and Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of motherfuckers didn't expect him to win that. Manny Pacquiao was the underdog in Las Vegas for that fight. Keith Thurman was the favorite, man.
Sure was.
You see what I'm saying? It was a close one. It was very close, but Keith Thurman was the favorite, right? So a lot of people didn't expect him to win that fucking fight, dog, and he did it, right? So at that point in time, motherfuckers was like, yo, Manny Pacquiao did something that we don't even think Floyd Mayweather could do right now. A lot of people are saying that. Do I believe that? No. I think Floyd would have beat Keith Thurman as well, even right now. Shit, before Keith Thurman got him some pussy, Floyd would have beat him. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's still a lot of credit that's given to Manny Pacquiao to the point where, shit, dog, he could go out like Floyd did the second time he retired. Beat up Andre Berto and Devin Alexander and retire. He could do that. Nobody would trip, bro. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if he doesn't want young guys like Errol Spence, young killers, by the way, like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford gunning for him, then drop the belt. But Manny Pacquiao's got a better mindset. He knows what he's capable of. So he's like, fuck it, I'm good. If they want to fight, I'm going to make the fight. And that's why they're negotiating the fight, Terrence Crawford, man. So I just think Floyd Mayweather, he does a terrible job of doing this shit, bro. Like he'll look at a situation and place himself in it. You see what I'm saying? And basically given the clout that he has because, he's seen as one of the great, or not one of, the greatest fighter of this era, right? He's seen as the greatest fighter of this era. He's the self-proclaimed the best ever, right? And then he's got a following of motherfuckers that actually place him as the #1 greatest fighter of all time. All of those things that he has going for him, he feels that, hey, whatever I say is right, and what I'm saying is this. Basically, it's like he could talk about himself in third person. Nigga, hey man, hey Floyd, man, what you think about Manny Pacquiao? What Floyd Mayweather thinks. He could talk like that.
Like Larry Holmes be doing this shit.
Yeah, like Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes do exactly. Floyd could talk like that, bro. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I know everything because I'm Floyd Mayweather. That's all he's doing right now, bro. In this case, he's not making no fucking sense.
Here's what don't make sense to me. A little history lesson. Hey, did a young Floyd Mayweather feel that way about even though he was a champion, but he was pretty up in age. I think he was 37, 38. Gennaro Hernandez. Did he feel that way about that man?
Nah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Did he feel that way about Gennaro Hernandez?
Nope. Nope. That motherfucker was young, hungry. He didn't even have a title yet. Young, hungry, and said, "Shit, give me that old motherfucker so I can win my first title as a professional." That's what he did.
Won the WBC, I believe, the ring and the lineal title from him. Right. Yep. And now, mind you, Gennaro, because that was. Here's how you know when a fighter was almost done. That was his last fucking fight. Gennaro Hernandez walked away after that fight. He was done. Never fought again. Okay. Right. And that, mind you, that was a couple of fights after he had already lost to Oscar at lightweight. Okay. So did a young Floyd Mayweather feel that way? Here's what I think. I believe you're right. I think there's one thing you're missing. Floyd is in panic mode because Manny is probably on his way to making a better legacy than that motherfucker. Because if Manny Pacquiao fights Terrence Crawford and wins, now he's a unified champion. He fights Earl Spence and becomes undisputed and wins. Well, shit. Floyd.
I'm gonna tell y'all, man. You know, and that would be. You're right, and that would be a deep down feeling, right? Like you would never see Floyd ever express anything of that nature, bro. Like it don't matter if Manny Pacquiao becomes undisputed in all 17 divisions at the age of 55 years old, bro. Floyd Mayweather would say he's still the best ever because he never lost. You see what I'm saying? And you know the other accolades that he's achieved, right? He would still say that. But I think you're right in a deep down feeling, a point in which we got to speculate. Yeah, he probably would think like that, dog. Like, damn, this nigga just beat a young, a young undefeated champion. You know what I'm saying? A black one too, by the way. Floyd Mayweather ain't done that shit since what? Let me think.
About to say, what black undefeated champion he beat?
I got to think about that, bro. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Chop Chop wasn't a champion. He wasn't undefeated. Right, nope. Sean Bay Mitchell wasn't a champion. I don't know if he was. I don't think he was a champion, but he definitely wasn't undefeated. Yeah,
Mosley was a champion, but he wasn't undefeated. I don't think
he was. No, you said Mosley.
Yeah, didn't he beat Antonio Margarito?
Absolutely not. He wasn't undefeated. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he beat Margarito. He
just wasn't undefeated.
Right. Philip Nadeau wasn't. I think he was undefeated, but wasn't a champion.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Yeah, it might be Mosley. You got to really look at that shit, dog. I'm not looking at his resume and nothing like that. But at the end of the day, he beat a young, undefeated black champion, bro. A lot of motherfuckers was actually on Floyd's ass for not fighting a Tim Bradley when he could have, for not fighting a Paul Williams when he could have. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I remember he was talking about fighting Devin Alexander at one point in time and went a different direction, right? So there was a lot of undefeated black champions that he could have fought, and he did not fight. And a lot of people was on his ass about it. Now, the argument you can make was, well, shit, man, he made, better fight or bigger fights for more money. That's the argument that you can make, right? But at the end of the day, there's still people that get on Floyd's ass for not fighting that undefeated black hungry champion. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao did at an advanced age. Right. That's why I wanted him to go take on Kell Brook. I really did. Me too. I wanted him to go fight Kell Brook so they can put that shit to bed. But instead, he fought a fucking defeated former champion and Andre Berto. Just fucked it all up, bro. So you might be right, man. That's a good point.
Yeah, because listen, Floyd is he's cynical. He is. He's self-absorbed in a motherfucker. Like, you can't think normal shit for us. Because mind you, when Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman. Floyd wasn't out there talking about something. Man, Manny don't know what he's doing. He didn't give a shit. Oh, but when he beat him, and now he talking about something, he might fight Terrence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao beats Terrence Crawford. He beats Errol Spence. He beat 3 black undefeated fighters and became unfucking disputed past his so-called prime. Floyd never did that. And that's something that will fuck with that man. Floyd, can you imagine being interviewed and asked, Floyd, how do you feel about a guy you beat still fighting and he's undisputed? Can you imagine Floyd's face, dog?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I think, you know, Floyd will give him his kudos. That's the type of dude he is. But at the end of the day, he's still gonna think he's better because he beat Manny Pacquiao. But I see a lot of people say that. They say, how could, because I remember I posed the question. I said, if Manny Pacquiao fucks around at the age of, it would be like 43, right? 43, 44. Some fucking fucks around and becomes a unified champion. He beats either Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford and becomes a unified champion at welterweight. Would his legacy be better than Floyd? And Cass was really like, no, nigga, that's a dumbass question, dog. You know what I'm saying? Floyd beat Manny Pacquiao. How can he be better? What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? Just because a nigga beats somebody doesn't mean his legacy is automatically better. Nigga, Sandy Sadler beat Willie Pep 3 out of 4 times, but Willie Pep's legacy is better than Sandy Sadler's. The fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Some niggas just have your number. Vernon Forrest beat Shane Mosley twice, but Shane Mosley's legacy is better than Vernon Forrest's.
That's very true.
So
that's very true.
Yeah. Some niggas, I mean, shit. Ricardo Mayorga beat Vernon Forrest twice, but I mean, I might pick Vernon Forrest as having a better legacy than Ricardo Mayorga. Ricardo Mayorga was a trash-ass fighter. You know what I'm saying? So he got lucky, had 15 minutes of fame, and then just basically started getting used up like a $2 hoe. Niggas just running through him. That's what happened to Ricardo Mayorga.
Hey, that motherfucker was being passed around, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only motherfucker that couldn't hit the joint right was Fernando Vargas.
That's only yeah, dog. Fernando Vargas couldn't hit that ass right. You know what I'm saying? The hood was clowning Fernando when he went in there with that hoe, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, dog. There's a hell of a lot of fucking examples out there, right? Shit. Joe Frazier gave Muhammad Ali his first loss. Thus, and this is the situation, bro, when you fight a motherfucker multiple times, that first loss, in my opinion, is the one that's the most telling, because that's when you guys first fought each other, right? All you could do was go off of film, and maybe if you fought in the amateurs at some point. But those two didn't meet in the amateurs. They had to go off of film. And Joe Frazier got the better of Muhammad Ali. So that win is the most telling. And Muhammad Ali's career is better than Joe Frazier's.
His legacy sure is.
Right. His legacy is better than Joe Frazier's. So that doesn't apply. Just because Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao doesn't mean that Manny Pacquiao can't fuck around and have a better legacy than Floyd, man. Stop it, people. Especially if he beats Terrence Crawford and fucking Errol Spence. Guess what? This nigga right here, you ask me. If that happens and you ask me who had a better legacy, guess what I'm going to say?
Manny Pacquiao.
Exactly.
Manny Pacquiao. He did, and my man right here, like Cats is throwing in lots of examples. Eric R. in the building, he said Jermaine Taylor beat B-Hop. B-Hop had a better career. Sure the fuck did.
Sure did.
Sure the fuck did. You know, Jermaine Taylor will forever be the one dude that I will clown, because I've never in my life seen a champion so happy to get a draw when that nigga fought weak. He was happy like it's a draw. Yeah.
Look like Deontay Wilder when he got that draw against Tyson Fury. Yeah. Happy in the motherfucker, man. Right.
So yeah, most definitely, man. There's no way if he goes on and he beats Crawford, then beats motherfucking Errol Spence and becomes undisputed welterweight champion, and he's a self-proclaimed 8-division champion. That's another conversation for another motherfucking day. But okay, you know, but he beat 3 of the top fighters of this era right now at advanced age of 41. And you think I'm going to sit there and say, oh, Floyd still got a better legacy because he beat the motherfucker how many years ago? Motherfucker, get the fuck out, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Shit, my motherfucking mama beat my ass when I was a teenager. Who you think got a better legacy going on right now? You niggas don't even know who my mama is, but you know me.
Stupid, bro. So stupid, bro.
I'm just saying, though, man. Niggas know me, but they don't know who she is.
Yeah, I mean, it's dumb nigga logic, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of motherfuckers out here just stupid. I said, the boxing fans are some of the stupidest fans out there, bro. They don't. I mean, the triangle theory. You know, fighter A beat fighter B, so that means he beats fighter C. Just dumb theories and shit and thought processes are just thrown around within the boxing community. Shit makes me fucking laugh. And then these same motherfuckers try to argue them dumbass thought processes, as you guys have seen on this channel over the past 7 days that we've been doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, boxing produces some of the dumbest fucking fans, bro. They really do, bro. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you make a compelling point, because I can see Floyd thinking about that shit deep down, but the nigga's so arrogant and so narcissistic, you know what I'm saying, that it's not gonna be a situation where he'd ever show that shit, bro. Yeah.
My man Jay said, I think Manny has a better legacy than Floyd, but he ain't the better fighter.
And that's what you can, and that's a respectable comment. Like, I don't think Manny's legacy is better yet. I mean, it's right the fuck there. Like, literally, Manny's one fight away, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's one fight away, in my opinion, bro. But Floyd is the better fighter, and that would be the correct thing to say. You see what I'm saying? If those two fought 10 times out of 10, I think Floyd beats them all 10 times, man. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the few back in 2009, man, when the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao matchup really got hot. Niggas is like, oh man, Floyd's back. Look what he just did to Marquez, man. I want to see that Manny Pacquiao fight, dog. I was one of the few that was out there like, I don't really want to see that. And niggas like, man, what the fuck you talking about, man? Man, that's Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. I'm like, I don't really want to see it. I said, bro, did you not see Manny Pacquiao versus Marquez? Marquez's ability to counterpunch was killing Manny Pacquiao, man.
It was, man.
What the fuck you think Floyd gonna be able to do? Floyd is 10 times the better counterpuncher than fucking Juan Manuel Marquez is. Why? Because he has much better defense. That makes his counterpunching ability that much more dangerous, bro. As good as your defense is, your counterpunching ability, if you have that ability, is twofold dangerous, bro. You see what I'm saying? Juan Manuel Marquez didn't have great defense. Matter of fact, Juan Manuel Marquez, if you look at his career, very good fighters. I'm not shitting on all the Mexicans. Hey, Vato, what the fuck is it? Let me just say this, bro.
My familia, bro.
Fuck, Holmes. I'll fucking get you, ese. Let me tell you something. Look at Juan Manuel Marquez's career, bro, and look at his career against top fighters, right? He never really dominated the top fighters he fought.
That's very true.
He had trouble with every top fighter he faced, right? Even
the B-level dudes. You're absolutely right.
He'll knock them out and shit, you know what I'm saying, eventually, like he did Michael Katsidas and the Cuban. You know,
hey, man, Juan Diaz, keep going. Juan Diaz. Come on. We're on the time limit, nigga. We're on the time limit, nigga.
That motherfucker will not let me get that out, bro.
No, we're on the time limit, nigga.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Juan Diaz, right? He going to knock these motherfuckers out eventually, but he never really dominated from pillar to post a fucking top tier fighter. You see what I'm saying? In whatever given division he was in. And that's because he never had the good defense that he needed for the style that he possessed. But he was just that good of a counterpuncher and that good of a boxer that he didn't really need the defense to win those fights. And he was actually smart too. Juan Manuel Marquez had an underrated IQ ability. Motherfucker was smart. You see what I'm saying? But I was back in 2009. I'm like, you see Marquez is doing to him. Floyd would kill this dude, man. I don't want to see that fight. I want to see Floyd fight Tim Bradley. That's what I was saying in 2009. I mean, Tim Bradley had just beat either Devin Alexander or Lamont Peterson. I can't remember. And I was like, I want to see Floyd fight that nigga. You know, that was the Tim Bradley at 140. Not this 147 nigga that we got. Nobody knows that Tim Bradley. Nobody knows who that is. We talking about 140 Tim Bradley. The one that was the one that went over to the UK and whooped Junior Witter's ass, right?
Yeah.
Junior Witter, the same dude that a lot of people say Ricky Hatton ducked. But that's a whole nother conversation. A lot of British say Ricky Hatton ducked Junior Witter, but that's a whole nother conversation, right? Whooped Junior Witter's ass in his hometown. Kendall Holt I think he had just knocked out that Colombian cat. Remember the Colombian cat knocked him out? Then he came back and knocked his ass out in the first round. The nigga was asleep, slumped up against the ropes. I can't think of his name right now. Kendall Holt was one of the hardest hitters in the lightweight division at that time, man.
Sure was.
And Tim Bradley fought that nigga. Got dropped like in the first or second round, got up and whooped his motherfucking ass the rest of the fight.
Didn't he though, dog? He roughed the shit out of motherfucking. Cats talk about Andre Ward. Timothy Bradley roughhouse tactic the shit out of fucking Holt, man.
Exactly. Whooped his ass. Man, my man, the guru, Ricardo Torres, that was his name. That he slumped up, Kendall Holt slumped up against the ropes. Exactly. Right? So he was fucking niggas up down there, 135, 140. I wanted Floyd to fight that guy over Manny Pacquiao in 2009. I was not interested in that fight. And a lot of people are going to say, well, the only reason why Floyd won, besides the motherfuckers that'll tell you to wear a blindfold, put Q-tips in your ears, stand on one leg, wear some cowboy boots and some boxer briefs, and watch the fucking fight upside down in slow motion. And you'll see Manny Pacquiao wins. Besides them niggas, right, most people were like, well, the only reason why Floyd won was because he waited until 2015 to fight Manny Pacquiao. No, Floyd would have beat this nigga in 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2007, 8, 9. We can go as many years as you want to go back. Floyd would have beat Manny Pacquiao, regardless. So, but that doesn't mean that if Manny Pacquiao, who is continuing to be active, gets these big-ass accolades at the fucking point in his career and the age he's at right now, dog, he can end up having a better legacy, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah, he can. Most definitely, man. And so I hear what let me just say this. I do agree with Floyd. I do want to see these young guys fight each other because I don't want them to fall into the trap of trying to get that bag, looking to fight Manny Pacquiao and not fighting each other and missing out on that, right? I do understand that. But Floyd also got to understand Manny Pacquiao is a future Hall of Fame fighter who don't want that name on their resume.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it was all fine and dandy when the niggas was chasing him. You know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
My man Cheetahhead, go to Cheetah. He had a good comment. He said, Floyd said he want these young fighters to shine, but he shows off his money and cars more than anyone in his stables.
Hey, man, that shit is funny how Floyd, I'll never forget. It was Tank Davis and then Badu Jack. Badu Jack had that draw with James DeGale. And they were asking Badu Jack the fucking question, you know, about the fight. This nigga Floyd, let me get that. This nigga Badu actually shut the fuck up. He was like, shit, nigga, I ain't about to bite the hand that feeds me. Nigga, go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get that, boss. Get that, boss. That shit is fucking hilarious to me, bro. He loves the spotlight, man. And that's why he's always announcing, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying, 2020 making a comeback. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, coming back. That's why you see on his Instagram, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just got a video of him with all his cars. That's why on Instagram, out of nowhere, you see a video of him, you know, laying in a bed full of money. He loves the spotlight. He can't stop, bro. It is what it is.
My man. Last one before we move on. My man, Mark Eric McNair, he said Manny Pacquiao got a good chance. He lumped up run time and made it look easy, as I predict. He talking about against Keith Thurman.
Yeah, he did better than I thought. And when he dropped Keith Thurman, I was like, that's it. The footwork's too much. Because Keith Thurman was literally on his back foot trying to basically create space. And Manny Pacquiao still closed the distance and landed that punch, bro. I was like, footwork's too much. Keith Thurman can't fuck with this nigga's footwork, man. That's over.
No, not at all, man. All right, man. So let's move on. Last one. Mike Tyson, one of the old men that's coming back to the sport of boxing. I'm telling you, Mike Tyson come back, fuck around, become world heavyweight champion. Remember Bo told you that. Power to my old guy. Power to my old dude. Now, if the niggas lose, I don't know who the fuck they. Well, I mean, you know, if them niggas lose, I don't know who the fuck they are. But
man, Mike Tyson get knocked the fuck out in 3 rounds, nigga, against Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Stop it. Stop. Then they'll do that nigga how Kevin McBride did him. Kevin McBride.
Oh, that was embarrassing. That was so embarrassing, man. But Mike Tyson is out here in these streets.
Yeah, I guess he's in these streets.
Yeah, come on. This is ludicrous. I'm in these streets.
No,
this is ludicrous.
Give
me my in these streets.
No, he's not. But he did drop some knowledge, though.
Yeah, he did. Mike is saying that the reason why you don't see the best fighting the best is because of the promoters. Mike is out here saying the promoters are keeping the best from fighting the best. He's also saying that boxing has become very political now. He's saying that when boxing returns, and the sport get back up, and boxing returns, you're not going to see all the fights that you want to see because a lot of these entities, they got their own thing going on with the networks and all of that stuff, man. Mike Tyson makes a very compelling argument. He has a very good point. Listen, we at Three Kings Boxing been telling y'all that for years. It's the very reason why PBC has been freezing out Terrence Crawford. Hell, they went as far as to be like, don't even mention the nigga's name on the airways.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dog. Like, hold on now, wait a minute. Hey, I'm all for anybody making the sport of boxing good. I'm all for helping my people. But goddamn, Al Heyman, goddamn.
Yeah, they completely reverted back to the 90s and shit, back when the WBO was like the IBO. They tried to get rid of the title. Like, come on, man, you can't get rid of the nigga's title. It's one of the 4 major titles now, bro. Stop.
Yeah, man, I'm saying. So PBC out of all of them was doing the motherfucking most. Of course, Golden Boy and what Golden Boy is doing with Charlo, kind of like hell what they're doing with motherfucking Demetrius Andrade. So Mike has a point, but I think it's a little bit more to it that Mike is also missing. I think now in the sport of boxing, you have, because we don't have a lot of big mega fights. Like back in the 80s, back in the 90s, you could have fights that weren't title matches, that were huge fights. You don't have too many of that now. So a lot of times what you're running into is, because boxing, and I say this all the time, the biggest mistake boxing made was during the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao era. They did not build other fucking stars. They didn't do it. So because they didn't do it, boxing don't have another star that they can look at and be like, hey, man, we got more stars so the sport can continue to thrive. So when you do have a fight like Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez, like Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, like I think it was Earl Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford, they're trying to marinate the fight so they can get the most dollars out of it. So it's a little different. Although I agree with Mike, I think that's an aspect Mike hasn't looked at, man. How do you feel about this?
Well, I agree with what you're saying. But what Mike is saying is nothing new. He's saying that basically ducking occurs because of the fucking promoters, right? And right now you got to add in the networks too. Back then the networks didn't have as much clout as they got today.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? So the networks and the promoters, right? There's somewhat of like a fucking shift. You have promoters and networks basically joined at the hip, and then you got the fighters over here. You know what I'm saying? Whereas before it was promoters and fighters joined at the hip, and then it was the networks on the other side. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, it was typically promoters and fighters were looking to move their fighters to a particular network back in the day.
Very true.
Now it's promoters are looking for a network, and once they get the network, then they bring all their fighters over. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works today. So there's a kind of a shift to how things work. But the principal issue is still at fucking hand, right? And it's the promoters having, basically blocking fights, man. But it's been happening since boxing history started. I mean, you talked about, Sam Langford being ducked by Jack Johnson, right? Rocky Gray, just off the top of my head, Rocky Graziano didn't fight Jake LaMotta, right? Sugar Ray Robinson didn't fight fucking Charlie Burley. You see what I'm saying? George Foreman didn't fight Ernie Shavers. You see what I'm saying? I mean,
sure did.
I can go in Tyson's era and use Mike Tyson himself. Mike Tyson didn't fight David Tua.
Tua, Ray Mercer, Riddick Bowe.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Riddick Bowe obviously didn't fight Lennox Lewis, even though they tried to make that fight, right? Lennox Lewis didn't fight Ikabuchi when they were gonna make that fight. Chris Bird, fuck that nigga. That nigga's all right. I think he's overrated. But Lennox Lewis didn't fight Ikabuchi. They were gonna make that fight, but Ike started smacking bitches and went to jail. You know what I'm saying? You know, Oscar De La Hoya didn't fight Costa Tszyu, you know, when he was campaigning at 140, right? I mean, we can keep going. Roy Jones didn't fight Darius Mikuszewski or Mikuszewski, how you say his fucking name, right? He didn't fight him. Hell, Sven Otke didn't fight Joe Calzaghe. I keep going. You know, Nigel Benn and Chris Eubanks Sr., both them niggas didn't fight James Toney.
Mm-hmm.
Nigel Benn didn't fight Roy Jones Jr. I keep going, bro. Aaron Pryor didn't fight Sugar Ray Leonard. It was Aaron Pryor's fault. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. We having some difficulties over here with the show. Okay, Mike is fucking up. I see.
You know what I'm saying? So this is an age-old problem.
All the niggas of the Four Horsemen era, Duran, Hagler, Hearns, and Leonard did not fight McCallum.
Right, Mike McCallum, exactly. So this is an age-old issue, bro. The only difference is back in those days that we're talking, you made a very good point. They did not build enough stars in the Floyd Pacquiao era. They were too busy focused on those two guys and maybe a couple of others, right? But back in the day, they were building stars around the mega stars that were existing in those eras. Exactly. So there was so many big fucking fights to make that you might miss a big fight or two. You know what I'm saying? Especially at heavyweight in the 90s, bro. Nigga, there's big niggas all over the place in the 90s at heavyweight, bro. Big fights every goddamn where. You see what I'm saying? So you're going to miss some big fights or two. And that is, in my opinion, that is a promoter issue. But at the end of the day, it balanced itself out because we did get those big fights, right? Riddick Bowe and fucking Evander Holyfield 3 goddamn times, man.
Yeah.
All 3 of them excellent. You know what I'm saying? We got big fights, right? So at the end of the day, the problem is here in this era, there aren't too many big fights to be made. Think about it, fellas. I was talking to Bo earlier. I said, Bo, I want you to name me. I'm talking big fights, people. We ain't talking about, you know, big fights in a given division. We're talking about big fights to where the sport of boxing looks at it and says, damn, that's a big fight. Right now, it's mainly Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, and Anthony Joshua. People still want to see that. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. What else is there to be made to where you look at where the sport, not just in a given division, because I can easily say, like Bo mentioned earlier, Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. Sure, that's a big fight at 140. But the sport of boxing isn't looking at that fight as a mega fight. What other fights are out there right now besides the 3 I just fucking mentioned? Tyson Fury, Joshua, Wilder, Joshua, fucking Canelo. I'm sorry, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence. A lot of people want to see Canelo, Charlo, Canelo, Andrade, Canelo, Caleb Plant, Canelo Benavidez, Canelo Beterbiev, Canelo Bivol, Canelo Callum Smith. But at the end of the day, those are not being harped on as much as a Fury Joshua fight is, or in the past when fucking Fury, when Wilder Joshua was being harped on, as much as Spence Crawford is being harped on right now. They're not talking about like that. Scott Brown, Loma Tank, I agree. I do want to see that fight, but that's not a mega fight, man.
No, it's not.
Nobody's harping on that. More people are saying they want to see Loma Teofimo Lopez right now than Loma Tank. Why? Because Loma Teofimo Lopez was put in your face. So more people are saying that they want to see that fight right now, bro. So what other fights are there? There aren't any. Whereas in those eras that we mentioned before, you can name a good 5 big-ass fights that, you know what I'm saying, almost out of every division. Not that much, but you know. The top divisions of that time, you can name big fucking fights, bro. At least like 4 or 5 of them. Man. That's the difference.
Yeah, and that's why I say I hear what Mike is saying. I just think what Mike gotta and to his credit, Mike Tyson, he's absolutely right. Because one of the problems that you have is when you start factoring in the promoters and you start factoring in the networks, well, they want their money. You feel what I'm saying? So they ain't looking to rush a big fight until, hey, if we gave you matter of fact, Showtime did this with Floyd. They gave him, what was it? Was it a 6-fight or a 4-fight? And I think it was a 6-fight contract.
Yeah.
$300-some million, right?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, Floyd had to give them a fight that made so much money. That's why they didn't give a shit about Andre Berto.
Right.
We don't give a fuck because mind you, he fought Robert the Ghost Guerrero and only did $700,000. HBO was biting their nails. Oh shit, we might have gave this nigga too much money. Okay. Yeah. Then Canelo came along and he had Canelo, did big. Then he had the 2 fights with Madonna, they were subpar. Manny Pacquiao blew the roof off of shit. Right?
And it was really just them two, as you mentioned earlier. Nobody was talking about anybody else, bro. It's just them two.
Just them two. That's the reason why Pacquiao had all them fights with Marquez. Nobody else at the division 147 got shine. It's the very reason why Charlo and Edison Lara was saying, man, Floyd got to do something, man. This is bullshit, man. This motherfucker holding up the goddamn division with this shit, dog. You got to fucking do something. Okay? Yeah. That's why even Nate Campbell, which Pacquiao would have whooped his ass, but I understand he was the lineal champion. Talking about something, this nigga came in and fought David Diaz and dipped. Nigga, what about me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they wasn't building nobody. But back in that day, back in the old times, Terry Norris and Julian Williams, the Hawk, like you said, Aaron Pryor, Alexis Aguayo. I remember watching Colombe and the Body Snatcher go to fuck at it. You know, we talked about Foreman and shit. I mean, dude, remember when Razor Ruddock and Tommy Morrison motherfucking fought? You know, Arturo Gotti and Mickey Ward. Go ahead.
Right. They just, like I said, they just did a better job of putting those names out there, bro, so you can say that it's a big fight. Whereas right now, is, you know what I'm saying, they're not putting the fucking names out there, man.
No,
you know
they're not. They're not.
So it is what it is, bro. But you know, that's the only thing I would say that Mike Tyson's missing. You know, but you know, but the idea which that he put forth, man, that's a fucking age-old problem, man. Promoters are always getting away with shit.
It is. And you're absolutely right, because even though we can name the guys that Mike Tyson didn't fight, hell, George Foreman made it very clear he ducked Query. So I ain't fighting him. Fuck that.
Well, Mike Tyson made it clear he ducked George Foreman.
Yep.
He told him, Customato told him not to face George Foreman.
Yep.
Because what George Foreman did to Muhammad Ali before, of course, getting knocked out, because D'Amato came back and told Mike Tyson, hey, man, that dude, if you ever have to step foot in the ring with that guy, don't do it. Told him that. Exactly. Mike Tyson made that very clear. Yeah, shit. He told him, you know, my fucking father and mentor told me not to fight this guy. I'm not fighting.
Yep. So, but he's right, though, man. The promoters, are they keeping fights from happening? Hell yeah, they are. But for good reason, because a lot of times they're trying to make money for the networks that they're with. And unfortunately, that gets in the way. So he's right. Boxing is extremely political now, but it's political because there's so much more money involved in it now. Like, everybody wants their fucking piece. The Zone just gave Eddie Hearn $1 billion. You think they don't want their money back? That's why them niggas, you know, that's why Canelo right now is having issues with Oscar. You know, he said, man, we got to make a fight, Canelo, man. You know, damn, nigga. Got to make a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, at the end of the day, hopefully, though, as time go on, we can build more stars so we can get boxing back to that time. But right now, hey, and I don't, let me ask you something. Do you think Wilder and Anthony Joshua is still a big fight?
That's a good question. Yes. Because what Tyson Fury did to Deontay Wilder doesn't mean that Anthony Joshua is going to do it to him. And I think there's a lot of people that believe that same concept. There's a lot of people that believe that same concept. Plus, the way that they were pushing that fight, you know, through 2017 up to, you know, before Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury the first time, it was just so much buzz, dog, that motherfuckers. Let me tell you something. Let me say it like this. People expected Deontay Wilder to lose in Tyson Fury. They expected it. You know, really his cult following were the ones that thought that Deontay Wilder was going to win that fight. You know what I'm saying? So they expected Deontay Wilder. Majority of boxing fans expected Deontay Wilder to lose to Tyson Fury, especially in the rematch. You know what I'm saying? So him losing to the best skilled heavyweight doesn't really drop his stock like that, bro. Right? It was like when Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather. Well, now Canelo's a big fucking star.
Very, very good point.
You know, Canelo lost every goddamn round basically against fucking Floyd Mayweather, but he's a big star now, bro. He's the cash cow in boxing. So, you know, Deontay Wilder losing to the best skilled heavyweight doesn't drop his stock, dog. So, yeah, I still think people are intrigued for that Joshua fight.
All right, then let's go to the comments real quick before we get on out of here. My man Cheetah here said, I started liking Bradley after the whole fight. Rated R beheaded Bradley. I had no idea how he got up. Yeah, that's that's my man Santana Robinson said so did Ken Norton, but gave Ali trouble every time. Marquez was Pacquiao Norton. I think you're referring to when you were saying how Marquez struggled with all of the top guys.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. You know,
the Guru. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'll just say the Guru said, I remember Casillas dropped Marquez early in that fight. I thought Casillas was going to win the way Marquez dropped to that ground, dog.
That's what I'm saying. It was Michael Casillas. I mean, he wasn't even an elite fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking Casillas, dog. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't even a fucking elite fighter, bro. And he over here dropping Marquez, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's Michael Casillas.
Casillas, bro. Stop, man.
Oh, man, Scott Brown, I'm finna put him on the spot. He said AJ KO's Fury, in my opinion.
He doesn't mean that.
He does.
You don't mean that. Hey, Scott Brown, dog. Hey, man, I'm gonna give. Hey, bro, don't say nothing else, man. I'm gonna give you this get out of jail free card, man. Take it and run with it. You didn't mean it.
All right, then, man, as always, man, go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest grades what's going on in the sport of boxing. Tune in to this show because we are here every single day. And as y'all see, hey, we drop knowledge, we entertain, we make you laugh. All right. The only thing we don't do around here is feed you. Okay. Because we hurt too. Well, let me take that back. We have other people do that for us. Niggas ain't hurt over here, motherfucker. My refrigerator is well stocked out there.
I'm about to eat. My wife made me a plate already. I'm about to eat right when we get off this motherfucker, man.
Oh no, that was for me. I'm gonna get it out there when the show is over.
And you ain't gonna get shit. Nigga, you be watching me eat, nigga. I ain't giving you nothing, bro. You be watching, nigga.
Hey, true story. No bullshit. True fucking story. I was up in Texas visiting my man Pride. I think it was for the Fury fight, was it?
Yeah. Birthday, around my birthday time, yeah.
Yeah, yep. I'm up there visiting Pride for the birthday and shit. So it was time to eat breakfast. We sit down, right? Everybody come out with a plate. They immediately gave him his plate first. My shit was the last plate to hit the table.
Man, you in the king's domain, bro. King get the plate first, bro. What's wrong with you, man? Shit. That nigga was looking like a sad puppy, nigga. All right. Well, I want some too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I want some too. Get your ass up, go get your plate there, nigga.
Oh, that shit was wild, dog. I said, "Dad." My man Scott Brown, you had a chance, man.
Nah, man, we getting out of here, bro. I'm not even entertaining it. Nah, he's right though. That comment is right, but he doesn't understand. Tyson Fury is like 2 levels ahead of Anthony Joshua in terms of skill. He's just. It doesn't matter how much better AJ's feet are than Wilder. Overall skill, Tyson Fury is way better than Anthony Joshua, man. It's not even a contest. Like AJ has better skill, overall skill than Wilder, and Tyson Fury has better overall skill than AJ, man. So, but even though AJ has better overall skill than Wilder, that doesn't mean he beats Wilder. You see how that works? So if he might fuck around and lose to Wilder, right? And I'm not doing a triangle theory here. I'm actually looking at styles. If he has trouble with a Deontay Wilder style, if you look at that and say, man, I really don't know if AJ actually beats Deontay Wilder, he could get caught. We know his chin is a little chinny. Not necessarily chinny. I don't want people thinking I'm comparing AJ to Amir Khan. But AJ has been dropped in fights, right? Vladimir Klitschko, Andy Ruiz. He has been hurt. Dillian White, Joseph Parker, right? So that chin's been dented. And if Deontay Wilder lands on that chin, everybody in the fucking stadium is going to hold their breath and see what happens next, right?
That's very true.
If he's got to worry about that against Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury doesn't even need to maul him, bro. All he's got to do is box him. I mean, it's almost easy work, bro. It's too much skill for Anthony Joshua to overcome. You see what I'm saying? So, Tyson Fury literally has the nigga's already on his horse, bro. All he has to do is tell the horse to ride, nigga. He's going right into the sunset as an undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? He has an easy path to undisputed, bro, until he retires, man. Real talk.
Yeah, he does. Well, as always, man, go to 3kingsboxing.com. Later, it's going on support of boxing. We are we got some new interviews up from myself, Big Cool, and Michael Wilson. So pay attention, man. We got a lot of things going on. HNIC, man, take us out.
Y'all know what to do, man. Go to Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, and then, of course, right here, facebook.com/3kingsboxing. And most importantly, go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest and greatest in boxing news. My man just fucked me up, man. He said, you are a Fury fanboy like I am a Loma fanboy. And, I ain't going to fuck with Scott Brown because I know he's fucking with me, man. See, that's what happens when you come to this channel and you say certain things. I know you're fucking with me because you support the channel. So it's all good. I ain't no fanboy and no fighter, man. I just think, Joshua ain't got no chance. But it is what it is. Like I said, go to 3kingsboxing.com for the latest and greatest in boxing news and information, as well as interviews. Y'all know what it is, man. Unfiltered, unraw, uncut, and we bring the real on the daily. Come back here. This channel also on Facebook. It's going to be 6:30 or 6 o'clock to 6:30 Central Time, 7 o'clock to 7:30 Eastern Time, 4 o'clock to 4:30 Pacific. Until tomorrow, we out this bitch.